In your darkest hour, it's important to know help is out there. We've talked a lot about 988 on our program, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Through calls, texts, and online chats, operators offer a shoulder to cry on, someone who listens. And the service is widely used. Nearly 16.5 million people have contacted 988 since the service launched 3 years ago. Of that number, nearly 1.5 million used a special option for members of the LGBTQ community. Usually you press 3 on your phone and talk with operators trained in specialized services for kids and adults under 25 years old, a group with a higher risk of suicide. But now that life-saving option is being eliminated. Trump administration claims it's because a pilot program ran out of money. On July 17th, it'll no longer be offered. Critics believe this is another attempt by the White House at discrimination, and they're worried there could be real consequences here.
I have to wonder, where will those hundreds of thousands of LGBTQ plus youth go if the service that they use and they trust disappear?
Now, it's important to note the administration says these callers will still be helped when they call 988. They just won't be going through that LGBTQ subnetwork. The move prompted strong reactions from local call centers that answer the phone when you call 988. In the Kansas City area, that's a company called ComCare. Its president and CEO, Dr. Kristen Feback, stressed in a statement ComCare would keep taking calls, writing, "Our call center employees are trained at the highest level to support this community, no matter how they identify themselves." Dr. Feback joins us today to get to the heart of the matter. Thank you so much for being here and talking about an important topic here. First off, I'm curious to get your reaction to this news of the program being pulled.
I think the first thing is we handle all kinds of different calls, no matter how a person identifies themselves. So we're well equipped to handle anything. So this just makes it to where, you know, we're an added resource.
How do these changes specifically affect what you're telling your employees, and how does it affect the call center?
I think the biggest thing is it's going to increase the volume of calls that we received. In 2024, Missouri received about 839 calls. And so now those calls over the whole state are going to be distributed when somebody hits option 3.
We mentioned specialized training to handle LGBTQ callers, and studies have shown that having specific resources can make those younger people especially less likely to consider suicide. So how do you adapt your standard operating procedures to still provide them with that care and that training that your employees should have?
Sure. Well, we always have. So what our plan is with this is when somebody gets hired into the call center, we do the specialized training, and it's really a focus of gender affirmation. So there's a lot of different trainings associated with gender affirmation. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to do some retraining with our staff just to be even more prepared to take those calls.
Do you have any concerns about this change, or at least the perception that the program is being stripped away?
I think the biggest thing that I really want to stress to people is there are people within the LGBTQ plus community that have not hit option 3. And we've answered their calls, we've given them resources, we're very familiar with the community resources out there available. So my biggest concern is that with the option going away, people feel that their needs may not be served, or we may be unclear of what the resources are, but actually we're more knowledgeable on a local level of what those resources are for the community.
You mentioned training for your employees. Because option 3 is still here, at least for a little while longer, they've had to go through specialized training. With new hires, once this goes away on July 17th, is that going to continue? How does that work?
That will continue. That'll continue, and then of course any other additional trainings that we feel would benefit our call takers, we will definitely encourage them to take the training as well.
Do you think that this will make LGBTQ youth and young adults more hesitant to call 988?
I could see that, because at one time it was an option and now it's not an option. But the biggest message that I'm really trying to take away from this change is that we're available. We do have resources. We're very familiar with the community.
The White House has said that they want to focus on helping everyone. That's kind of the line coming from the Trump administration. You mentioned tailoring the approach to the caller. Is there a benefit to provide a specific service to a person's sexual orientation or gender identity?
Well, I think that there are people within our community that are calling option 3. And so with having that option exclusively for that community or assisting somebody within that community definitely is a benefit. However, with we continue to have people within that community call our number, and One of the biggest things, resources that we can provide was there was a disconnect between option 3 and our call center on the ability to dispatch mobile crisis response. And so now with us getting the calls for LGBTQ plus community and youth, we have the ability to utilize that resource when before we didn't. So if the crisis could not be de-escalated on the phone, we now have the resource that we can offer where we can send a mobile crisis response, which is the CBHCs are the ones that have teams that respond to those. And so now that will be a possibility when it wasn't before.
Just opening up more options for people in need.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you for your service to the community. Dr. Kristen Feback with CompCare. Thank you. If you or someone you know needs help, remember, you can call or text 988 at any hour of the day, 24/7. And remember, you don't have to be in crisis to reach out. You could call to ask questions or reach out for guidance. You could also call if you're concerned about a family member or friend. And remember, if you are in a life-threatening emergency, you need to call 911.